Hey, what's up, gentlemen? How you doing? It's your man Rondell L. Jordan, aka BlackSwanRadio.com, right here on Patreon.com. Man, I want to thank you for joining me here, and I want to welcome my new Black Swans, man, brothers who have joined, became members of my channel. Special shout out to Antonio Brown. Shout out to Ahmed Muhammad. Shout out to Iya Abdul, who chilled with me in Panama City, Panama last week. Shout out to my man Fredo. These brothers, inspire me, man, encourage me, you know what I mean? And, I've been in the broadcasting industry for over a decade now, and, I've always have this international ambition, and when I say international ambition, I mean like this ambition to travel. I've had this ambition ever since I've been, a teenager. When I graduated from high school, I knew I joined the Navy for the reason to travel overseas. I wanted to go above and beyond. Since the beginning of my adulthood. And it is the single most, rewarding thing outside of fathership. I would say I did love the nuclear family lifestyle. More power to brothers who are able to maintain that tradition, the traditional family. To me, that is the most revolutionary thing that you can do in this day and age. It is, to me, a waste of time and effort and energy to dedicate your life to go out and try to change a system and a people who refuse to be changed. The change that you can make is in individuals' lives. Reach one, teach one. But in order to do that, people are always going to look, at least smart people, they're going to look and they're going to say, where are you leading me to? What have you done to qualify me following you? Because people need to know that you have been to where they want to go in order to get there. And so this is the reason why at this stage in my life, I'm like, okay, I want to talk a lot about travel, encouraging young guys to understand that you have to go abroad in order to know what your options are. Today I was writing about how the USD is powerful outside the United States. In South America and places like Brazil, it's 5-1. But then in Africa, it's like 2,500 to 1. You see what I'm saying? 1 shilling, 2,500 shillings equals $1. So our currency is strong. But it's only strong and only beneficial in that way to us if we are using it overseas. This is the reason why a lot of the immigrants, come into America, they hustle hard, they work hard, they stack up the USD and they send it back because it's got more power back at home than it is here. Here, it's neutralized by the cost of living. All right? The same thing with your passport. Your passport from the United States is one of the most powerful passports in the world. But it's only beneficial when you're abroad. It's not beneficial here. You see? So these two things are assets to giving us a deeper sense of quality of life and fulfillment. Because we're put on this planet for a time limit that we're not even sure about how long it is. Nobody knows. An old man could possibly have more time than a young man. Nobody knows. So when we wake up, we are participating in the grace of God every day. And we know for a fact, 100% provable, because it's been replicated millions, if not billions of times over and over again every day, that the body returns to the earth. And inside the body is the heart, the mind, the liver, and everything that stores data and has to do with our experience is all in that box, or that vase, or whatever it is, the vessel. So everybody knows that there isn't a physical existence beyond this life. So in order to do that, we've been blessed to live in a lifetime where we have access to the skies. You know, we are that generation, the offspring that was envisioned, you know, the little babies with the wings, Jacob's ladder. We're that generation that they foreseen, that they was trying to scribe and prophecy, that had the ability to go to paradises, but then travel time. You know, if we go from here to Switzerland, you know, because of the time differences, it's like a few hour flight. But in reality, time is relative. We're able to travel across barriers of time and space. We can go to sleep on a plane, wake up to breakfast in another country. And so, you know, like I said, you have to recognize completely what your opportunities are in order to fully be able to take advantage of these opportunities. And I'm going to tell you one thing, it's not going to be too many people on this planet that's going to tell you what your options are as a black man. You know, with all respect, it's most likely not going to come from people that oppressed you or a competitor. And it's not going to come from the woman, because she's not going to want you to have benefits that she doesn't have. There's a reason why she's becomes your parole officer, monitoring your whereabouts, who you're looking at, who you're talking to, who you're interested in, where your eyes going, who's in your dreams, who's in your fantasies. The point here is to spell out the game to young men in a way that hasn't been spelled out before. There's a lot of, podcasts, and there's a lot of talk about relationships. There's a lot of talk about money. There's a lot of talk about the government and history and all these different type of theories. But is there a place where you go to and you get access to real history, real world history? You know, there's so much they don't talk about, teach you about. The origins of the faith systems. You know, who was Abraham? How did he go from Abram to Abraham? You know, he took upon the blessings of the Hamites. Who are the Hamites? The Hamites were the Nubians, the Cushites, the Kemites, the Kermites, the Canaanites. This was our history, but it's hidden from us. So part of exploring the world is piecing together their history. But there's some places in the world you do that. Mesoamerica, Mesopotamia, Kemet, Egypt. See, people don't understand that, look, the prophets all went to Egypt. With all respect to Saudi Arabia, they didn't go to Saudi Arabia. They didn't go to the black box. They went to the black lands. This is true. This is facts. Jesus was taken into Egypt, according to the story. Moses was taken into Egypt, according to the story. Abram's story begins when he went into Egypt. His first child, Ishmael, was with the Egyptian woman Hagar. This is how he became Abraham, because she was the Hamite. She gave him the birthright, the blessings of the Hamites. Who else? Noah built the ark. Who else? Elijah. He retreated into the Mount of Sinai, the Mount of God. Traveling overseas is synonymous with walking on water, and walking on water is synonymous with faith. Walking with God. So, yeah, I travel, I have fun, but a lot of times my travels are a little deeper than what meets the eye. People don't know, if you Google the city of God, it's going to take you to a little town in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. You're going to watch a movie on it. In Rio de Janeiro, you can go to the highest point, Mount Carvalho, and you'll see a giant statue of Cristo the Redeemer. The people of Brazil know how to party, they know how to celebrate fellowship. It may be even a beach culture in Copacabana. But there is a faith system that is deeply rooted in the beings of the women and the people that we call cariocas. In other words, it may seem like I travel to these places on a superficial surface level, but it's not just for their eye candy, which is, the cherry on top of the pie, but at the end of the day, like I said, traveling overseas is exercise of faith. And I always tell you guys, that the word of God is access to the world of God and the sword of God. It's the reason why it makes so much sense when you look at it. When you break it down. Gentlemen, I really appreciate you listening to my channel and subscribing to my channel. You can share and join for free as you wish. I continue to produce content to encourage you to travel the world and get active in making this money. Now, if you like making money and you like traveling, you definitely want to participate in my BlackSwanRadio.com business class, where I teach you how to use Patreon to generate business so that you can write off your expenses. All you need to do is start you a consulting company that you can operate anywhere in the world with Wi-Fi and your smartphone. So if you're interested in more information on that, please message me. All right? And let's get active. Until next time, keep the faith.